The story begins with a scene inside a hospital. There is a young man named Payan who works in the hospital morgue, collecting dead bodies for post-mortem examinations. Until now, Payan had been doing his job normally. But tonight was about to become the most unforgettable night of his life, because the body of Anna Fides had arrived at the morgue. Anna Fides was one of the most famous actresses in all of Spain. Her sudden death had shocked the entire country. People were obsessed with her beauty and fame. The night before, her body had been discovered inside a bathroom during a private party. Her post-mortem was scheduled for the next morning at this very hospital, where doctors would reveal what had really happened to her. When Payan saw Anna Fides' body, he couldn't control himself. He secretly took photos of her corpse and sent them to his friends. Even though Anna Fides was dead, millions of fans still hoped to see her one last time. She was such a huge celebrity that the hospital where her body was kept had been kept secret to avoid crowds gathering outside. A little later, two boys named Ivan and Jabi arrive at the hospital to meet Payan. They invite him to come to a party, but Payan explains that his shift doesn't end until midnight. So the three friends head to the parking area and begin drinking alcohol together.
As Ivan gets drunk, he starts talking about Anna Fides. Knowing her body is inside the hospital, he desperately wants to see her corpse. Payan refuses because it's against hospital rules and he could lose his job, but Ivan keeps pressuring him. Anna Fides was the most beautiful and famous actress in Spain, and Ivan cannot stop thinking about her. Eventually, Payan gives in to Ivan's insistence, but warns them that nobody can ever know about this. Risking his job, Payan sneaks Ivan and Jabi into the hospital morgue, a place where ordinary people are never allowed to enter. Standing beside one body, Payan tells them it belongs to Anna Fides. Ivan and Jabi become excited, but when Payan removes the cloth, they discover it's actually an old woman's corpse. Terrified, they realize Payan was joking. Payan laughs at their reaction before walking toward another body. This time, when the cloth is removed, they finally see the real Anna Fides. Even in death, she looks unbelievably beautiful. Ivan completely loses control. Obsessed with her appearance, he removes her clothes just to stare at her body. He even begins touching her inappropriately. Jabi immediately feels disturbed and says this is wrong, but Ivan becomes consumed by lust and madness. He tells Payan that he wants to get even closer to Anna Fides' body. Jabi is horrified and asks how Ivan could even think such a thing. But Ivan, blinded by alcohol and desire, argues that Anna Fides was Spain's biggest actress and says this is their only chance to be with her, even if she is dead.
Jabi repeatedly tries to stop them, but Ivan refuses to listen. He takes out drugs, and soon all three begin consuming them. While Jabi is distracted in another room, Ivan approaches Anna Fides' body and violently assaults her. Meanwhile, Jabi desperately keeps telling Payan this is completely wrong, but Payan is now too intoxicated to care. After Ivan, Payan also assaults the lifeless body. But then, something horrifying happens. Anna Fides suddenly comes back to life. She can feel everything. Tears begin flowing from her eyes. Yet after being unconscious for so many hours, her body remains frozen and paralyzed. She cannot move or scream, even though she knows what is happening to her. Payan, still lost in lust, suddenly notices her eyes are open. Terrified, he screams. Ivan and Jabi rush back and are stunned to discover Anna Fides is alive. Jabi immediately covers her body and tries helping her, but Ivan stops him. Panic takes over Ivan and Payan. If Anna Fides survives, she will expose them all. They know they will spend the rest of their lives in prison. Payan fears his mother would die from shame if she learned what he had done, so Ivan creates a horrifying plan. They must kill Anna Fides again. The world already believes she is dead. If they murder her now, nobody would suspect anything. Jabi refuses to support them and says they deserve punishment for their crimes. But Ivan becomes increasingly violent. During a fight, he brutally beats Jabi. By the time he realizes what he has done, Jabi is bleeding heavily from the head. They try stopping the bleeding, but it's too late. Jabi dies.
Anafids watches in horror as the only person who tried helping her is now dead. Ivan and Payan panic even more. Now they are responsible not only for assaulting Anafids, but also for killing their own friend. Anafids tries calling her father for help using Jabi's phone, but she is too weak to speak properly. Ivan catches her before she can escape. As fear and paranoia grow, Ivan forces Payan deeper into crime. He threatens him, saying that if they are caught, the entire country will know Payan violated a dead body. Eventually, Anafids manages to escape the morgue for a short time, crawling across the floor because her body still cannot fully function. But Ivan catches her before she can get away and drags her back inside. Now Ivan insists they must kill her immediately. Payan hesitates, but Ivan manipulates him into helping. Forced by fear, Payan places a cloth around Anafid's neck and suffocates her while she helplessly dies again. Or so they believe. Later, Ivan disposes of Jabi's body under a bridge while Payan cleans Anafid's corpse. But suddenly, Anafids opens her eyes again. This time, it is revealed that she and Payan were secretly working together. Anafids had pretended to die because she was an actress skilled enough to fool Ivan completely. When Ivan returns, Payan tries sending him away, but Ivan suddenly realizes he forgot his ID card inside the morgue. He comes back and discovers the horrifying truth. Anafids is alive. Furious at Payan's betrayal, Ivan attacks him and begins strangling him to death. Payan is too weak to fight back. At the last second, Anafids grabs a pair of scissors and stabs Ivan in the neck, killing him.
Payan, shocked and injured, asks Anafids why she killed Ivan when they were already escaping. But Anafids shows him no mercy. She repeatedly stabs Payan as well. Even though Payan was not as violent as Ivan, he still participated in the assault and helped bring everything to this point. He took photos of her body, invited his friends into the morgue, and allowed the nightmare to happen. So Anafids kills him too. In the end, Anafids personally destroys the men responsible for turning her life into a nightmare.